Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. Today we're going to be having a look at the new Cyclone range of wash mitts and wash pads from the Rag Master in the UK or the Rag Company in the USA. Okay, so the first thing, the Cyclone wash pad. This is a 10 by 10 or 26 by 26 centimetre pad, so it's a large size pad. It's made with our 70/30 kind of Korean microfiber. It's a good quality microfiber. It's really packed in, okay? This is thick microfiber and it holds, and the sponge inside and its size means that it's the number one thing that I can tell you about it from using it. It holds a hell of a lot of product. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on, but that's the first thing. It holds a hell of a lot of product. It is these thick strands of kind of microfiber. So what you get with this is like a mopping action, not machine operated polish, but like a traditional mop where you're really kind of, all these strands are mopping over the paintwork. So it'll get your car clean, you know, shift the dirt off there as long as you cover all the panel with it. So the USP of the Cyclone pad, the thing that I can just notice that I want to talk about from using it for the first time is the amount of product this thing holds, okay? Now I loaded up about 90% of my shampoo into the mitt and about 10% into the bucket, and this thing was just giving up soap throughout the whole wash. Even after I'd gone into the rinse bucket and rinsed it out to clean it, it was still full of soap, and I kind of like that because it means I don't have to kind of carry around a little booster bottle or anything like that. You're going to have enough soap to do your car easily, and most of the soap is going to stay within this mitt. So I would actually just say, when you're using this, put 70% of your soap in the bucket and just a little tiny bit over the mitt, because it will hold on to it. It's full of sponge on the inside as well. When you are using this pad, make sure your wash bucket, or the bucket with the soap in it, is got a fair amount of water in it, because you will take more water out of the bucket with this product. You'll have more water on your car, you'll have more product on your car, and those are all good things. But just make sure, sometimes if you just, you can fill your bucket halfway sometimes, but don't fill it right up to the top when you're using this particular pad. That's my little tip. It is a joy to use. There's nothing complicated about it. It's a wash pad, but it is nice quality, it is dense, and it is a bit of a beast, okay? So if you like a big, beefy pad which holds a ton of product, then check out the Rag Company or the Rag Master Cyclone pad, and I'll put a link for it in the description of where you can go and buy it. So the next product I want to talk about is the Cyclone Mitt, okay? So this is a mitt version of the Cyclone pad. It's $14.95. It is 8 by 10. Obviously it's a little bit smaller. It's not going to be as wide as the pad, or else it's going to be too big for your hand. Some little features to tell you about. They have a stitched line down the middle, so you get your fingers, 2 fingers either side of it, and that stops the pad kind of rocking around. Some of them don't have any of that inside, and when you're moving it over the paintwork, you feel it rattling around in your hand, and I don't like that, so they thought about that. It's good that that stitching's in there. It just means you can get a little bit more control with it. The quality of the pad is good, okay, as with everything Rag Master do. I've had a look at the stitching on the inside. It seems to have a layer of kind of foam in there, I think. I can feel a tiny amount of foam, so that will store kind of a normal amount of product. So the difference is on which one you should pick is, obviously, if you like mitts more, then you go for the mitt. If you don't, you use the pad. I've seen a lot of people use this like a mitt and fold this on the inside, which works well, and you can just use it like a pad. So really, if I had to pick two, I would go with the Cyclone. I like the beefy nature of it, but I know these products work. The thing I like about this is the microfiber is really thick and like shaggy. It's the best way to describe it. So this does mop the surface of your car nice, and it has done a really good job with just a quick clean on my 135. It's done a good job of getting all of that sort of light surface dirt off of the panel. So yeah, that is the Cyclone Mitt, a little bit cheaper than the Cyclone Pad. So final summary of the Rag Company or the Rag Master Cyclone Mitt and Pad. First thing to say is there's a lot of these on the market now, okay? So, you know, there are at least 10 to 20, and inevitable comparisons will get made to some of those other ones on price. And the obvious comparison is to compare it to the Microfiber Madness Incredi Mitt. We were the first guys to kind of use this format. This is different to that, okay? It's a different type of product to the Incredi range, which uses a much higher polyester and viscose blend, whereas this is using a typical microfiber 70-30 blend. And this just seems to be all of that shaggy microfiber that gives you the mopping action, whereas you have two different layers with the Incredi range. So there are some differences. It's not a copy of something else. It's just, it looks similar on the surface of it, okay? What I'd say about these products is they're well priced, the quality is there. I can guarantee, you know, like I said before, it's always dangerous to guarantee something when you're not the bloke that sells them. I can guarantee these pads and mitts will hold up well and last you a long time and clean your car well. The number one thing for me from doing this review is the mitt is great, and if you like mitts, it will serve you well. But the pad just stuck out to me as having this unique thing about it, is that it just drinks up more kind of product, more shampoo, more water than anything else I think I've used before, mainly because of its size and how dense and kind of shaggy it is. But that is kind of nice, so that when you're working your way around the car, if you want that little soap boost or hit, you just give it a good ring and all that soap comes flooding out of it and you can work it. And that's the thing I really like. And the fact that you can just plonk it down on the panel, your hands are free to go over to a brush or a bit of microfiber and do a little bit of cleaning and then switch back to the pad. So yeah, the Cyclone Pad was my favourite of the two, but you'll all have your personal preference on that. So whether it's the pad or the mitt, the Forensics Detailing channel can definitely recommend these two products. There is not much about them you are not going to like, as with most things from the Rag Company and the Rag Master. So a big thank you to Elliot from the Rag Master here in the UK for sending these Cyclone Pad and Mitt for review. He also sent me a load of kind of samples of new things that they brought out in America that he's having a look at. So the Rag Company are like the mothership, if you like, and they bring something out and then Elliot has a look at it and brings it out in the UK. I was nagging him on Facebook, sorry Elliot, for that he needed to bring the Wizard out because I was a big fan of this particular cloth. And that is now on the Rag Master's site, and I'll do a separate review of that. It's a really short nap, almost like a short nap version of the Eagle with a silk border. It's a lovely soft cloth. They've got a cloth over there that I want to review as well if Elliot does decide to go live with it over here, called the Drago, which is a general purpose terry. But it's a cut above your normal run-of-the-mill general purpose terries, and there's some good things I want to talk about with that cloth. They've done a new improved version of the Pluffle with more of the soft kind of strands, the nap on it. So it's even fluffier than the old one, and the old one was fluffy. So that's kind of cool. Looking forward to have a look at that. Loads of stuff. You know, the Rag Master and the Rag Company, specialists in microfiber with a huge range of tons of products. So even if you're not in the market for a wash pad or a wash mitt, just go and check out the websites, and I'll link them in the bottom, and have a look. And if there's any products, you know, they've got everything, every type of microfiber known to man or beast. And the one thing it'll all have in common is the quality is very, very good. They specialise in microfiber and they know what they're doing. So thank you very much for watching this video. As always, it's good to get the comments going about what you use, what format of microfiber you might use and why. If you've tried this format and you like it, if you haven't, give it a try. And that's how we roll, guys. We get an interesting discussion going. So thank you very much for tuning in. I'm off to the Nürburgring tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to, apart from the fact I've got to get up at the crack of dawn, which is never nice, you know, I'm not used to that. But anyway, that should be good fun. So I'll take the camera down there and see if I can film some stuff. Take care, have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon on the Forensics Detailing channel. Bye for now.